Ciao cartogratori! I don't usually create tutorials about battle maps, but this comment from you has inspired me to share some tips. So I'm gonna show you how I draw worlds for my battle maps.
Let's go!
I will use Photoshop, which happens to be your and my preference, so that's perfect. Create a new document. Sure, you can change your grid settings in the Preferences tab. You can just press Ctrl K or Command K. Go to Guides and Grid. I will go with 130. You can set it 1 inch by 1 inch, that's up on you. And save it. Show or hide your grid if you need it. Go on View, Show Grids. And here is my Canva, which is 20 by 15. And yes, as you can see, you can hide or show your grid by pressing Command H. Make sure to organize your layers. I won't say that enough. Organize your layers. And now you have your file, your folders, and we are ready to begin. If your workspace is organized and tidy, it will be much easier for you to apply or deactivate effects. And we are going to use a lot of effects, so don't skip this part. Go on a new layer and make your sketch. So we got a draft and I'm going to draw the real worlds for this map. Just press Command H to see your grid. Is it essential to stick to the grid? Depending on what you are going to use your maps for. If it is for a D&D game, yes, you should not skip this part. But you know, we are not using the grid only as a reference, also for a small trick that Photoshop is offering. And that's the reason why the grid cells were the first thing I made you set. Let's go on the wall folder, create a new layer and call it walls. That's a lot of creativity. I always keep a second layer, a blank one, just because it could be handy, and don't mind me. Why do we need the grids? Your brush and your line art will snap to the grid. Let me show you. That's freehand, and that's freehand with grids. You can see it snaps. Select a color. I recommend go with medium gray. Keep your grids on, go on the wall layer and draw your walls. You can't mistake, it will fall in the crossing. If I click here on the left, it'll stay, but if I barely touch the grid, it will snap. How cool is that? And one more tip, you can go with a grid because it snap to the lines, or if you don't like using a grid, you can point somewhere, press Shift, click on another point of your drawing, and you will trace a straight line. But that's up to you. I know you're here for the tricks, so let's go back to our wall layer. Select it, go on FX, and apply an outer glow. Let me see if I can show you both. It's huge, I'm sorry about that. Go on the other glow, have a multiply, change on black or any dark color you like, and make it really subtle. As you can see now, my wall layer has an FX. The second FX I use is inner glow. That's really it. Inner glow, outer glow. Let me zoom in. Inner glow. Okay. That's cool. Go multiply, have a dark color. It can be black or anything you like. And my favorite option is going here on the contouring and customizing it to my likeness. Now I'm going with something really similar to the reference, which is this one in this video. And you can play with those parameters. This is what I like most. Of course, you can overlap FX and have an inner shadow, which can also have a similar contour, like this. It could be a darker color, it could overlay. It's really up to you. And that's exactly what I made for creating walls as the one you are referring to. But I'm sharing more tips, hoping they will help you. Let's make a copy so we can see the differences. Alright, I'm also applying a mask, so it would be easier for us. Let's change color to the copy. Just for the peace of my mind, let me have a floor. It will help me to visualize things. So let me darken the background a bit, a little. Alright. So back to our walls. Something nice is having a texture FX, have a pattern, and pick the pattern you like most. You can also change fusion if you'd like to, so you can play with those. At your likeness, you can change details. I want to use your orange this time. And now, as you can see, we have different walls with the same effects. Something I also like doing is having columns or details of the walls nearby windows and doors. Let me show you. So that's our sketch, right? We have different doors. One is here, one is here, one is here. Maybe you don't see them, but it will be clear in a moment. So now activate your grid, Command H, Control H, go on your wall layer and use your grid as a reference. So I know this part of wall will be deleted, and that's one of the reasons why working on mask is always recommended. Black brush, and let me remove everything here. Now, using the same effects, you can make doors or windows. Pick a suitable color for doors. I will go with brown. Go on the doors layer, FX, and inner glow. Again, yes. And of course, don't forget about another glow. I'm going with ornaments. They could be columns, they could be a part of the wall. Let me copy and paste from the wall layer. Let's make a square brush. We can change it the way we wanna. Square brush. So select it, modify, and add a new brush. Square brush. Alright, so we are on the ornaments. We have our new brush, which is this. We can modify it, giving it spacing. We can change dimension. We can differ diameter. We can change the angle. We can also make it follow our direction when we draw. Go on your layer, go to ornaments, and you can do this. Let me zoom in. We may change the inner glow. We can select it, go to selection, modify, and reduce it by, I don't know, 8. We can reduce it and invert the selection and have a mask. Of course, the more layers you have, the more it will be interesting. I don't know, what do you think so far? Let me go with another color. We can modify it. I don't know, what do you think about it? I always recommend to play with values. Everything higher will be lighter and everything lower will be darker. When you also add the light, remember to restore some saturation because you are going to lose color information. So let me finish the ornaments and I will share with you some final tips. Why do I recommend to work on layers? One, of course, everything is more organized and tidy, and that's super important, but it also helps you with effects. Let's say I go to wall folder, add my final effect, which is outer shadow. It could be on multiply. I usually prefer going with normal and have opacity, and yes, you can see it. And that's it. We're done. One last touch I usually have is a multiply layer on floors, go with a transparent brush and add shadows. Of course, keep in mind where the light comes from, like windows. And if you want, you can have light screen. You will find more battle maps here. Feel free to leave a question if you have any. See you next time. Ciao, cartagatori!